everyone, and welcome to another episode of Draw With Me, where we put 10 minutes on the clock and try and draw as much as we possibly can. Now, the challenge is a personal challenge, so whether you're drawing heads, torsos, full bodies, drawing with pencils, ink, crayons, markers, it does not matter as long as you are pushing yourself to try and get to the next level. Now, the one thing that we do together is we draw the same character, and we are going to continue and round off the group, and we are going to be drawing Michelangelo. So we're going to be finishing off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as far as the turtles go with Michelangelo. And if you do not know how to draw Michelangelo, that is perfectly fine. You can push pause on this video, go grab some reference and your materials, and when you are ready, you just come on back and then we will get started. All right, welcome back. Over there. I'm gonna put 10 minutes on the clock, and then we are gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so once again, I think that for me, at least for this, all right, because not last time, but I think it was the second turtle. I think it was Raphael, right? With Raph, I decided to draw him, right? Like, I don't know. I was trying to do it without like my guide first, right? And it didn't look right. So, you know, what we're doing now is we're just trying to go ahead and use the regular human guide, right? We're going, okay, human guide, and then we're putting the Ninja Turtle on top of it. And I think for me, that's probably the best way to do it. Because I can be honest, I don't really draw the Ninja Turtles. So you know, it's not exactly one of the things that is normal for me, right? And it's just like right now, right? Like I'm trying to make sure that I don't get some weird and odd shape, because this is what's going to be the worst for me, right? Is trying to make sure that it looks right. That's the big thing with these challenges, is the fact that you gotta, you know, you're gonna be like, well, I sure hope that I know this character, because otherwise, you know, you're learning that character at the same time where you're being timed to draw the character. And I found that you know, that's actually really hard, right? So just try and keep that in mind when you're doing these, you know, especially if you're just trying to learn. Like when you're trying to start, I would highly recommend starting with characters that you already know, because that way the timed aspect of it isn't really going to be that big of an issue, right? But yeah, and yeah, this is why if you're planning on being like a comic book artist, right, or what you'll see with most people when they're doing comic book art, right, is the fact that their sketchbooks and stuff are filled with drawing of the character. And it's important that they do that so that they can stay consistent, right? And that's why this is kind of, you know, a break from that, because you'll be getting characters that you have no idea about. You're like, I don't know who that is, right? And so Mikey's a bit smaller of a character, so we'll bring him in a little bit. But, you know, so if you know the character, it's one thing, but if you don't, you know, you're like, hey. But if you're, like I said, if you're trying to be in comics, then what you want to do is constantly draw the character. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Oh no. Oh, here we go. I was like, oh no, wrong utensils. I haven't used that Sharpie in a long time, as far as like trying to make things work. Like that was the chisel tip. I haven't used the chisel in like forever. I used to use the chisel for this. I mean, and that's another thing, right? When you start doing stuff like this, right? When you start doing challenges and whatnot, you will start picking up on stuff that you're like, that really didn't work for me, or that one wasn't good enough, or man, I wish it would have been just a little bit, maybe a little bit faster, or a little bit, more conducive to what I need it to be, right? So I'm gonna pull this back just a little bit, kind of give him like a nice smile, because he's the smiley one, I think. Oops. So, here like so, bring that up over, so, and then go, pull this down here. Where are we? 4 minutes. I think I got a little bit more than 4 minutes, but gotta keep moving. All right, so let's do the easy ones first. Yeah, race better. Okay, now let's do the easy ones first. Now soon, and I know I've made mention of it before, but now that my school is about to start, and I plan on using it for my students, I'm gonna start doing another 10-minute challenge called Conceptualize with Me, right? And the idea behind Conceptualize with Me is going to be that we will get certain prompts, which will be different every time, and we're gonna have 10 minutes to kind of come up with that character design, right? It's gonna be super difficult. But the good thing about it is there is no like, oh man, I didn't make it, right? Like you might get frustrated in the fact that you wanted to draw a lot more, but in the end, right, if you just drew a really cool head but it encapsulates the character, then congratulations. That's exactly what we were going for. So I think that it'll be a really fun, difficult challenge to test out. I think a lot of people would be interested in doing it, but I do think that a lot of people are going to get scared away from doing it as well themselves, right? Like they might be like, oh man, I'm going to watch this because it looks like it'll be lots of fun and stuff like that, but I don't think a lot of people are going to attempt it just solely because it's gonna be hard. I mean, it's gonna be hard for me too. I hope you guys will join me. It's always so nice when I get to see people's attempts at the 10-minute challenges, because I know that there's a lot of you see all these professionals on YouTube and Instagram and all that place, right? And they're like, I did this in 10 minutes, and it's this super fantastic drawing, and you're like, how do you know? You don't really know. Sometimes I doubt, but then with other people, I'm like, yeah, no, you are that talented, so I know that you did that. But it's nice to see other versions, right? Where you can come in and be like, oh, okay, you did that. That looks amazing. I can do that, right? Or I want to be able to do that. And it doesn't seem too daunting. I think one of the biggest things when it comes to young artists is that they look at a lot of professionals, and what they see, right, is not always the process. one of the reasons why I really want to keep doing these 10-minute drawings with you guys is to show you the process, right? Because it doesn't always work out. As you've seen in multiple of my videos, it doesn't always work out in that time frame, right? So I think it's important to show that even though you can be a professional, you will mess up, right? And it's like, oh, okay, so, you know, everyone doesn't have to think that they have to be perfect. That's it. It's not even they have to be perfect all the time. It's like, you just don't have to be perfect. And I think that's important. Even though we got it done. Yay! 18 seconds to go. Now I'm just gonna tighten up a couple lines like so while the timeline's going. Bam. Look at that. Alright, so there you go. There's Michelangelo. We got them all done. Fourth one done. So Raphael was the only one that didn't get finished in time, solely because I was trying to do something different, right? Like I was drawing the head. Anyway, go watch the video if you want to see what happened and what was different, right? Like I had a formula and I didn't use it, and then I really didn't make it in time. But Ninja Turtles are done. I think that they came out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope that you were successful in your drawings. If you were not, don't even worry about it. We could do it again. And that's the beauty of these challenges, is that you can do it again and again and again until you get to the point to where you feel you're good enough, and then we move to the next level. So if you are participating with these 10-minute challenges, please head on over to my Discord channel. The link is in the description below. We would love to have you be part of the community and show us what you're working on and how you're coming along in your artistic journey. But if you'd rather stay here on YouTube, I completely understand, but please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified every single time that I drop new content. Thank you all so very much, and I will see you at the next episode.